What's up, guys? How we doing? Now listen,
I'm constantly amazed at
how little a lot of musicians know about writing lyrics, and they are always coming up with trash lyrics. So now listen very carefully. With over 50,000 hours of writing lyrics, I'm going to teach you one thing that if you do is going to change your whole writing career forever. Trust me on this one. It is a secret technique I came up with, which I like to call a peck technique. And when I say peck, I mean percussion. I hope I spelled it right. Now, what is percussion? Percussion is any instrument that produces sound by being hit or struck. Don't think that way. No, don't do that. Okay, now watch the board. Now, before you ever take a pen and paper and write a song again, you have to understand this one thing. It's very, very important before we even move on to this, which is song structure. Now, what is a song structure? A song structure are the building blocks of a song. Now, what I'm going to write is going to be familiar to a lot of you guys. Now, let me write them down. What are the elements of a song structure? We have the intro, we have the verse, we have the chorus, we have the bridge, we have the hook. These are some of the most common elements of a song structure. Now, we are in the internet age, so some of the things have changed. I'm going to arrange them in the way that we now hear songs nowadays, which is what we have. We have the intro. I forgot to write outro here, outro. Okay. We have the intro, we have the verse, we have the chorus. I hope you guys can see. We have the second verse, we have the chorus again, and then we have the outro. Now, songs are mostly sung in about 2 minutes because of the concentration span of a human being. It's like our human brain, and our concentration span reduces. So now most of the time songs are sung in about 2 minutes. So these are the structures that you need to take note of when you're writing a song, right? Now, this particular thing right here that I wrote is the first aspect. This is not even the main topic. Okay, now we move on to the second most important thing. Without this, you can't even write a song. Watch the board very carefully. My board. Number 2, and most importantly, the central theme behind the song. Without a theme, what are you writing? Without a destination, where are you going? You always have to have you seen a sailor before? Every single sailor in this world knows the destination. Have you seen a sailor that sets sail without knowing the destination? They can't see the destination, but they know where they are going. That's basically how the theme works. So what is the theme? What are you writing about? People can be writing about happiness, love, pain, experience. You see, this particular one is very subjective. Do you understand? So you know what I want you guys to do? An exercise. I want you to think of a personal story, an experience that you went through. Anything. Maybe you went to rob a bank. Hopefully not. You broke up with somebody. All those stuff. And now imagine how you felt. Because when you are writing lyrics with experience, there's a different way. There's a different way you sing it. There's a different feeling that comes with it. So that's why most of the time when you are starting to write lyrics, don't lie about the lyrics. Just look within yourself. What did you experience? How did you feel at that moment? And now jot down everything into detail. You understand? Now, this is the most important thing, the detail that you're going to jot them down into. Now, when you jot them down into it, that's when we are able to move on to the next step. And the next step is where my topic begins. Like, just watch the board, right? I'm about to surprise you. The third and the most important thing, personally, number 3, watch the board. Brainstorming the lyrics. Now, this particular side is the most important, like the whole topic, this is the most important thing for me. Why? This is where my technique works. And my technique, what did I call it? The perk technique. And what does the perk technique say? Well, the perk technique is percussion technique, right? Which means that you are supposed to think like a percussionist. And what did I say in the beginning? A percussion is an instrument that produces sound when hit. Oh, that was my phone, but you get the point. Ooh, sorry. Exactly. So that's percussion. Do you understand the point I'm driving at? Listen, when you're able to think like a percussionist, right? That is when your writing skills are going to improve drastically. Because after this particular technique leads us to another technique that is very important, which is the syllable. I hope I spelled it well. Technique. And what is a syllable? I can't define it, but I hope you guys all know what a syllable is, right? So before I give an example, I'm going to break this down into parts so that you guys will understand it perfectly well. So now let's start. These are the most important things that you need. You need the theme. From the theme, then you move on to the peg technique. Then from there, you move on to the melody. Then from there, you move on to the vowel. From the vowel, you move on to the syllable. You move on to the sentence. Now guys, this is my 6-part technique in writing lyrics. 6-part technique. You move on to the theme of the song. What is the theme? What are you writing about? Love, happiness, joy, pain. Then you move on to the peg technique. You're supposed to think like a percussionist. Now for this lyric writing technique, it's for the people who do the melody first before the lyrics, right? But if you do your lyrics before your melody, then you just cancel out this particular side, right? But if you do your melody before your lyrics, then you use this 6-part technique that I'm using, right? So I'm going to give you an example of what exactly I mean. So stay tuned. We're going to use a simple beat that I found online on YouTube, right? It's made by Laddie Beats and it's called a free or Malay Burna Boy Buju Afrobeat style beat. Now listen very carefully. This is it, right? Are you hearing it? So now we have to select a theme for it. We have to choose a theme. A theme, the most common theme will be love. So now listen. First of all, you have to put yourself in the lovey-dovey mood. You understand? Exactly. So this particular side is where we put our lyrics inside. You understand? Most of the time. So we have found the theme. Now we have to move on to the peg technique. Now the peg technique is like, first of all, you have to find the percussive instruments inside this beat, right? And then just mirror it. When I say mirror it, just shadow it. When I say shadow it, just emulate it. Just copy it. Do you understand that point? Now let me show you an example. What are we hearing? We are hearing a rimmed shot, which is sound like this. Ka 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 ka. So the first thing that we do is that we write it down. We have a rim shot. We write it down. So now that's our first thing. We write it down. We have a rim shot. We can copy that rim shot. Ka ka. Okay. There's a saxophone playing something like. So this is the peg technique. The first one is to mirror. So let me draw a mirror. This is how a mirror looks like. Exactly. The first one is to mirror. Now the second one is to be creative. This particular one. So the mirror is for the beginners when you are starting. Now the creativeness is think about how percussive instruments sound like. Mostly congas, the people who play the congas, how would they play the conga like in this beat? That's how you get creative in it. So let me give you an example. Listen. Ko, 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 ko. A conga player. Putu, puta, putu, putu, pa, putu, punka, putu, putunka, putu, punka, putu, putunka. They can use that all every. They can use so many examples. Okay, I'm doing too much. But you get my point, right? Now, after that, the percussive is where you go to the melody. Now, listen. Let's start again. Let's start this beat again. I want to show you something. I could start with the mirroring, with a rim shot. Go, 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 go. This is my first melody. Go, 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 go. Because I'm mirroring the rim shot. Go, I don't do. Go, 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 go. Okay, so now that's the first thing. I found it, which is what? That's it. So after the melody, I find the vowel sounds. Now the vowels, we have what? We have a, e, o, u. Most songs, the endings end with a vowel. What? Love, love, you, me, I. So Let me give you an example. Now first remembering the rim shot, right? Ka, 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 ka. So we found this, right? Gong, 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 gong. You are my lover, you are desire. You are my lover, the one desire. You are my lover, the one desire. Are you getting the thing? Are you getting the thing? We found the vowel. We said, okay, now the vowel that we wanted to choose is what? Ah. You just have to select the vowel sound that you wanted to choose, which is ah, which what I did. Listen. You are my lover, my one desire. You are my lover, my one desire. Are you getting it? Exactly. Now from there, you move to the syllable. Now the syllable, what do I mean by syllable? In a syllable, we have what? The one syllable, we have the two syllable, we have the three syllable. It can go on and on. There's this secret that I use that I'm going to teach a lot of beginners. I don't use it again. But when I began, I used to use this site. I don't know whether it's still there. Rhyme Zone. See, when you're starting, don't stress yourself. Go to this site. It's called Rhyme Zone, right? And then they can give you words that rhyme with what you started with, which is I said, you my lover, you understand? Which is a two syllable, lover, desire. Well, one desire, that's three syllables. The syllables is just the breakages. So what? You are my lover, my one desire, lover, desire. Do you understand? So what you can do to start writing the songs, don't even think about the sentence. Just think about the way you end it, right? Let me go. You are lover, desire, lover, desire. You understand? Lover, So I have to find another thing that goes with ah. I can use the three syllables. The syllable will determine how you enter inside. Okay, let me see. Hop in my car. You get it? But that wasn't sounding nice. But the car is a one syllable. You understand? Ah. So maybe you could do something that will make it end with the car. Car, lava, desire, car, Are you getting it? From the syllables, then you go to the sentence. The sentence is what I was supposed to do. That's the end inside, right? This is where I finish the sentence. What? You are my lover, my one desire. Why won't you hop in my car? You understand? So the why won't you hop in my car is too long, but I can find a way to do something. Okay. Get dressed and hop in my car. Yeah, you know, you can try it. Okay. Get dressed and hop in my car. I want you to take you to. So let me see. I want to take you to France and Thailand. Okay, Thailand. Why won't you hop in my car? I want to take you to Thailand. Do you understand? Okay, so now that particular side, I know the lyrics is a little bit corny, but I'm just teaching something. That particular side is for the creative, the mirroring. Now you have to go with the idea side. Now this is where you use the same technique that I used again, which is a theme, peg, melody, vowel, syllable, sentence. So we are going to go again. So I just have to find my percussive. What percussive instrument am I going to use? How am I going to enter the beat? So I have to now drum. I'm loving this one. Okay, so I found my percussive. I have to go to the melody. I found I found my melody, so I go to my vowel. Where are you up on my mala? Simala, you to wake and never to pardon, Saya, a queen you do about the pattern, the lava, a desire, desire, lover, exactly. So from the syllables, then you go to the sentence, right? I've done my syllables, which is lover and desire, but I've changed the percussive way I'm doing it. Then I go to the sentence. I have to think. You alone, mama, sita, my desire. You alone, mama, sita, my desire. You alone, mama, sita. You understand? I just added mama sita. Mama sita. That is 4 syllables. I replaced it because I'm doing the percussive word. Putu 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 putu. You understand? So let's go. Lover and desire. Okay, let's go. You alone, mama, sita, my desire. 1. Okay, let's go. Go. Are you alone, mama, sita, my lover? I wanna take you to places you desire. Are you alone, mama, sita, my lover? I wanna take you to places you desire. Are you alone, mama, sita, my lover? I wanna take you to places you desire. You see what I've come up with? Now we have to use something that I like to call the rule of 3, right? When we do something 2 times, people now get used to it. You understand? They've gotten used to the pa na 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 na. You know, we can forgive you with 3 times, but after 3 times you need to change it a bit. Let me give you an example. 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. You alone, mama, sita, my lover. I want to take you to places you desire. Banana na 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 na. Banana na 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 na. Do you understand? So that it becomes a way of surprising the audience every time, because I don't expect na 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 na. I'm like, okay, he did something else. So now this is where you use your percussive skills. Now let me just scat so that you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to join the peck and the melody together. So listen to something. Now this one will say, someone will say, oh my God, this guy has flow. You understand? I'm using percussive instruments in my head and I'm trying to create the melody with the percussive instrument. And then when I do that, I just replace them with the vowel sounds that I want to find, then I add the syllables that I want to find, then I make the sentence. Now let me give you, I just want to show you. I can start with the percussive instrument that's already playing. Kana, don, dan, dan, don, dan, 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 don, dan, 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 dan. Or a percussive instrument can play this. I want to take you, it's making the go to you are my line. But yeah, are you understanding? Let me give you an example. I put the pan, 2, another percussive. Then you have to think, okay, yeah, I want to take you to Jamaica. I want to take you to Jamaica. I want to take you to Romania. I want to take you to Romania. Zambia. I think a winger. I think it's a meaning. I'll link a chimication. Call me that good time as a winger. I never get cut the other. I think it's a cartoon. I think it's a cartoon. Whoa! Do you understand? But when you're starting these things, so what I'm going to advise is that you should listen to a lot of percussive instruments. And when you're listening to a song, just try and play the percussive in your head. You understand? So it's not like don't listen, don't worry about anybody around you. Just do that. You can change them that. I wanna I wanna oh my God. See, music is sweet when you understand it. So now let's go over. What did I say? I said find the theme of the song. We're talking about love. Then you go on to the percussive instrument Most of the time, mix it with the melody. But if you can't do that, you find your percussive instrument, just be playing, listen to a beat, play the percussive like that, putu kutum kutum with your mouth. When you finish, you find the melody that you want to sing with. Then when you finish, you find your vowel sounds that you want it to end with. A, I, me, o, u. Exactly. When you finish, you find the syllables that you want to use because they all have to fit inside. And from there, you go to the sentence. Don't rush. You know what? Find a sentence that you think is going to end with the vowel sound and the syllables that you are going to use. You understand? But they all have to be in the theme of the song. You can't be singing about love and go and say, I want a fire. You know, fire is maybe, okay, maybe you could say I want a fire. That's it. Let's keep it family friendly, right? So you love, you're supposed to be talking about how you are going to buy them gifts, yeah, the one for you and all those things. So those your words that you're going to end with have to have that connotation. You don't just go and, because you want to rhyme, you're going to select, no. And the way you find the syllables, you just have to, when you start, you probably might not be able to think of words on the fly. So you have to be using Rhyme Zone to be helping you with that. I'm sure you see it. Then from there, you find your sentence. You get me? And from there, you keep on practicing and practicing and practicing. And trust me on this, you'll be one of the best lyricists. I hope you've learned a lot from this particular lesson. And until then, be creative.